Are you studying for hours but still forgetting what you studied? You read the same chapter again and again. You make notes, you watch lectures, but when you sit down to solve questions, suddenly everything feels difficult. If this happens to you, the problem may not be your hard work. The problem may be how you are studying. Because studying for more hours does not always mean learning more. Sometimes you don't need to study harder. You need to study smarter. Welcome to another new episode. I am Kelash and you are watching The Advocate in Making. I am currently a class 10 student. My first priority is to make my board preparation strong. At the same time, I am working on my English, my communication and the skills I will need for my future goal of becoming a lawyer. And for all of this, I don't just need more study hours. I need an effective study system. So today, let's talk about some study techniques that can make your preparation more effective. First technique is active recall. One of the biggest study mistakes is simply reading the same thing again and again. You read a paragraph, then you read it again. And you feel like, yes, I know this, but close the book and suddenly you cannot explain it. That is where active recall comes in. After studying a topic, close your book and ask yourself, what did I just learn? Then try to explain it without looking at your notes. If you cannot remember something, go back, learn it again and ask yourself again. Don't just ask your brain to recognize the information, ask your brain to retrieve it. That is the real practice. Second technique is spaced repetition. Another common mistake is studying a topic once, then leaving it until the exam. You may understand it today, but after several days, you may forget a lot of it. Instead, review the topic multiple times over different days. For example, day 1, day 3, day 7, and day 14. You don't need to spend hours on every revision. A short review, a few questions, and some flashcards can help you bring the information back to your mind. The goal is not to study everything again. The goal is to keep important information fresh. Third technique is Pomodoro Technique. Have you ever planned to study for 4 hours, but after 30 minutes you checked your phone? Then one notification became one video became another, and suddenly your study session was over. Try focused study blocks instead. For example, study for 25 minutes, take a 5-minute break, then start again. You can also use longer focused blocks if 25 minutes becomes too easy for you. The important thing is not the exact timer. The important thing is focused study without unnecessary distractions. Fourth technique is Feynman Technique. Here is another powerful technique. After studying a difficult concept, imagine that you have to teach it to someone younger than you. Now explain using simple words. No complicated language, no textbook sentence, just your own explanation. If you get stuck, that is probably that part you don't understand well enough. Go back to your book, study that part again, then explain it again. This is powerful because you are not just reading information, you are processing it, and if you can explain a difficult concept simply, you probably understand it much better. Fifth technique is smart note making. Making notes does not mean copying your entire textbook. Your notes should make revision easier. Write important keywords, definitions, formulas, examples, important points, and things you personally find difficult. Use headings, use bullet points, use diagrams or mind maps when they actually help. Your notes should answer one question. Can I revise this topic quickly before my exam? If the answer is yes, your notes are doing their job. Sixth technique is practice questions. Reading a chapter is not enough. You also need to solve questions. Practice MCQs, numericals, short questions, long questions, and past paper questions. Why? Because questions show you what you actually know and what you only thought you knew. When you make a mistake, don't just check the correct answer and move on. Understand why you were wrong. Write the mistake down if necessary, then try a similar question again. Your mistakes can become some of your best revision material. Seventh technique is deep focus. Your study environment matters. If your phone is next to your book, notifications are coming, social media is open, and your desk is full of distractions. Your brain has to keep switching its attention. So before studying, put your phone away. Try off necessary notification, close distracting tabs, keep your study space simple, and decide exactly what you want to complete. Instead of saying, I am going to study physics, say, I am going to understand this topic and solve these questions. A clear target creates a clear study session. At technique is mix your learning. Sometimes students spend 3 hours on one subject and then feel mentally exhausted. You can also mix different subjects during your study time. For example, 30 minutes of physics, 30 minutes of English, then mathematics breaks. This approach is called interleaving. It gives you a practice switching between different types of problems and ideas. And instead of only memorizing one type of question, you learn to recognize which method should I use here. That is an important exam skill. But remember, you don't have to start using every technique tomorrow. Start with one, use it constantly, then add another, because a good study system is built gradually. I am also still learning. I am a class 10 student. I also get distracted. Some days my focus is good, some days is not. Some chapters feel easy and some chapters take much more effort. But I am learning something important. Preparation is not about counting study hours. It is about what you actually do during those hours. Understanding practice, recall, revision, and consistency. If you study for 8 hours, but 5 of those hours are distracted, the number sounds impressive, but the result may not be. Sometimes 3 focused hours can be more valuable than many distracted hours. So don't just count your hours, measure your learning. And if you are preparing for class 10 board exams, start building these habits now. Don't study only to finish chapters. Study to understand them, because after the exam, your marks will matter, but your learning habits will stay with you much longer. My goal is also simple. I want to make my board preparation strong, improve my English, improve my communication, and build my thinking skills, and gradually prepare myself for my future goal, becoming a liar. I know none of this will happen in one day. One chapter at a time, one skill at a time, one day at a time. So next time you sit down to study, don't just open your book. Have a method. Recall what you learned, review it later, solve questions, analyze your mistakes, and control your distractions. Because you don't always need to study harder, you need to learn better. I am Kelash, and this is the Advocate in Making. If this video helped you, like the video and comment below which study technique are you going to try first. And if you want to follow my study to future life journey, subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next episode.